World War II officially ended in 1945. The surrender was signed. The celebrations began. But history rarely ends cleanly. Because in the months after peace was declared, there was a single day when the war almost started again, not because of hatred, ideology, or ambition, but because of silence. This is the true story of how World War II nearly restarted itself, after it was already over. By late 1945, Europe was exhausted. Cities were ruins. Borders were unclear. Command structures were collapsing. Millions of soldiers were still armed, deployed, and waiting for orders. The problem was simple: peace moved faster on paper than it did on the ground. In remote regions, forests, mountains, temporary checkpoints, soldiers lived in a dangerous gray zone. They were trained for war. Not for uncertainty. In a remote European sector, 2 Allied units were assigned overlapping patrol zones. Both believed they were securing former enemy territory. Both were armed. Both were operating on outdated maps. Radio communication was unreliable. Orders were days, sometimes weeks, old. Neither unit knew the other was there. Just before dawn, movement was spotted. Shadows between trees. Boots. Weapons. Each side assumed the same thing: the enemy is repositioning. Weapons were raised. Safety catches clicked off. No one fired. Not yet. Stories that don't scream, they wait. Minutes passed. No shots. No voices. Only tension. One officer remembered thinking, if this is a trick, hesitation will get us killed. Another believed peace announcements were propaganda. Trust was gone. Training took over. A single soldier adjusted his grip. A finger brushed a trigger. One accidental shot would have forced retaliation, and retaliation would have rewritten history. Entire armies were still nearby. Peace was fragile. Then something extraordinary happened. An officer stepped forward. Unarmed. He carried a folded piece of paper. A ceasefire notice. Stamped. Signed. Outdated, but real. He raised it slowly. The opposing officer recognized the signature. The weapons lowered. The war did not restart. The incident was never publicized. No reports. No medals. It was an embarrassment. History prefers battles, not mistakes. So it was buried. World War II did not restart. But it came closer than most people realize. Not because of enemies. But because peace requires communication. And silence is dangerous. If this story surprised you, remember, history isn't only shaped by what happened. It's shaped by what almost did. Subscribe for weekly military mysteries and untold war stories. Because some wars don't end, they fade into silence.